I'm sure everyone wishes to sell their property at highest price as possible. But do you know, in order to achieve that, you may need to do some preparation in advance. So today, let me share with you some of the tips that you should pay attention to if you would like to achieve this. Hi, this is Eunice from Singapore Property Info. There are definitely some lucky sellers who manage to sell their unit at record-breaking price, even though the unit are not appealing and may look old with bad condition. The buyer may be looking at the space or location specifically and may intend to revamp the entire unit. However, I do believe that you may need to invest in some effort if you really want to sell it at a good price in most of the cases. Put yourself in buyer's shoes. What would you like to see when you are sourcing for a property? Tips number 1. Imagine if there is a lot of listings on the markets, the buyer will have more choices. So, it is important to identify the correct timing when you should sell. When it is seller's market where the demand is more than supply, it is easier to sell your property as there is limited supply on the market. You may notice this when you saw plenty of news with $1 million HDB being sold, even in the non-mature estate. As such, it is important to pay attention to the price movement on the surrounding properties. How long they are on the market for sale, any upcoming transformation that is ready and will boost up the demand. Remember, we want to sell when nobody is selling so that it is less competitive. Tips number 2. Identify the unique selling point of your property. This applies to both investment or on-stay property. You will need to be able to address questions on investment returns, future resale buyer, tenant pool, amenities, rental yield, potential gain, and surrounding schools. You will not know if the potential buyer is buying for investment or on stay. So, get the selling points ready with the data on hand. Tips number 3. Pricing strategy. If you are asking for a high price, be prepared to justify why the unit is worth to pay based on factors such as the last transacted price, condition of the unit. For example, the transacted price of the surrounding units with a less favorable facings, views versus your unit. This is very important, especially if you are selling in a buyer's market, where you need to stand out from other listings. Tips number 4. Determine if home staging, decluttering is required. Many sellers may still hold the mindset that since they are going to sell, it doesn't make sense to spend a sum of money to make good of the unit. To elaborate on this point, you don't need to spend a large sum of money to make good of the entire unit, but rather, what I'm referring to is there are little details that you can pay attention to here and there. This is critical as the first impression that you are going to leave to your buyers will determine if your unit will be shortlisted. If the atmosphere is right, some buyers may imagine themselves moving in, what renovation to be done, and etc. This is already a 50% success rate. So, set the atmosphere correct during the viewing will leave the buyer a good impression and will not forget about your unit right away. Just to share one of my experience, I've ever brought a buyer to a unit where my buyer commented that she can hardly breathe as the seller did not open the window, switch on the fan or air condition, and both of us came out perspiring and can't wait to leave the unit. If the unit needs a fresh coat of repainting, decluttering to free up more spaces, changing some lights to create a more cozy look, reorganizing or replacing some furniture, just get it done. Tips number 5. Professional video marketing and virtual tour. A professional home tour will be able to capture the perfect angle of the unit and bring out the best side of the unit. A detailed walkthrough can be shared to the prospective buyers to let them understand the unit details and surrounding. By advertising just on the property platform, this may not be sufficient. The video walkthrough can be advertised on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and many other platforms and target to the right audience. Tips number 6. Viewing experience. If there are well enough inquiries, try to consolidate all the viewings within a single time slot. In a way, we call it as open house. This will create a different vibe to the viewers as they can feel there are many interested parties and the response for the unit is overwhelming. Okay, that's all for my sharing today. If you are looking to sell your unit and unsure if anything that needs to be done before putting up for sale, feel free to drop me a call. Please help to subscribe to my channel and like this video if it benefits you. Thank you and see you soon. Bye!